There was once a man named Ibrahim, who lived in a quiet village surrounded by dry land and dusty hills. The people of his village had one thing in common: they had given up on trying to change anything. Their crops failed every year. Their wells dried up. And their dreams, they were buried in silence. But Ibrahim was different. He wasn't stronger, smarter, or richer than anyone else. But he had something many others had lost: hope. One day, as the sun beat down on cracked earth, and the village elders sat in the shade complaining about the world, Ibrahim did something unusual. He picked up a shovel, walked to a patch of empty land, and began to dig. "Have you lost your mind?" one man laughed. "There's no water there," said another. "You'll break your back before you find anything," said a third. But Ibrahim said nothing. He kept digging. Day after day, he returned to the same spot, digging deeper and deeper. The sun burned his skin. His hands blistered. His body ached. And yet he dug. The villagers began to mock him openly. They called him the fool of the dust. Children made games out of pretending to dig like Ibrahim. Even his own family begged him to stop. But Ibrahim looked them in the eye and said softly, "If I stop now, I'll never know how close I was." Weeks turned into months. He found nothing. No water. No gold. No secrets. Just rocks, dust, and doubt. But deep inside, Ibrahim knew something they didn't. He knew that consistency beats talent, that faith outweighs fear, and that breakthroughs come quietly, just after the point when most people give up. So he kept going. One early morning, before the sun had fully risen, Ibrahim struck the ground and heard a sound he had never heard before. Not the sound of stone, not the thud of dry soil, but a gurgling, a rush, a pulse. He fell to his knees, dug faster with his bare hands, and suddenly, from deep within the earth, a stream of fresh, clean water burst upward. The same villagers who mocked him came running. Some fell silent in shame. Some cried tears of joy. All stood in awe of the man who refused to quit. That well didn't just bring water. It brought life. The village changed. The land turned green. Children grew up knowing what faith looked like in action. And the name, the Fool of the Dust, was replaced with a new one: Ibrahim the Well Digger, the man who kept going.